Hi, welcome to Establish a Home with Shannon Hosfield, where we recognize the family as a fundamental unit of society. So as we strengthen home and family, that will positively be reflected into the world. And I love learning from amazing families in my life. I just love finding them and learning from their example. And I wanted to tell you about an amazing family in my life today. I am going to tell you about the DUMMAR family. And the DUMMARs I have known my entire life. Our parents were friends since before I was born. And when I was 8 years old, my family was in this situation where we ended up living with the DUMMAR family while we built a house on the lot right next door to them. So I'm trying to say. What am I going to tell you? What am I trying to tell you? Alrighty, so when I was 8, I'm living with the DUMMARs, right? And there were so many fun experiences and lessons learned there that were just so cool. So for you to get a picture, and to picture what went on here, the DUMMARs have 8 kids. Okay, they have 7 boys and 1 girl. My family, the Sparty family, had 6 kids, 5 girls and 1 boy, and we are living together in one house. And it was a crazy fun year. We had I think the oldest DUMMAR boy was like moving out of the house about the time that we moved in. So we had 17 people in one house. And because we had like 3 acres of property to be crazy on, and there's a creek in the backyard, we jumped off this like 2-story fort onto trampolines. And we had this full-size soccer field, and we actually had enough people for almost 2 full soccer teams. So we could play soccer as long as there wasn't this like record snowfall going on that year. And the DUMMAR boys were like sledding off the roof into the snow. I think 2 of the boys broke their jaw that year. I mean, it was crazy and it was fun. And like, I will never forget that year of my life, you know. But we also like learned a lot of amazing things when we were living with the DUMMAR family, and they set an amazing example. So here's one of the cool things we did when we lived with the DUMMARs is that every weekday morning at 6 a.m., all 17 people were in the living room for devotional. I don't think we ever missed a weekday doing this. We were all 17 people in the living room ready for devotional, 6 a.m. So we would sing hymns and read scriptures and say prayer, and we were about done by 6:30. And I was just talking to Ron DUMMAR the other day, patriarch of all this. I was talking to Uncle Ron, and he was telling me that it was so important to him that we started our day with singing, and that singing fills your lungs, especially singing the hymns. It lifts your spirit and your soul, your body, your mind. And he said it was so important to him that we started every day singing the hymns. And he sang them loud too. It was like he sang them with heart. And then we all would read the scriptures together and say a prayer. So that was devotional, 6 a.m. every weekday morning with the DUMMARs. And that really helped us work together through all the crazy that we went through, you know, of being together that year. So it's such an awesome experience. And then Sundays were a little bit different. They were special. We would have a family council where we'd go over the calendar, and we would read a church article and have a discussion. And then it was Sunday dinner that, if I remember right, it was just Sunday dinners where we'd all come in, and I don't even remember how we fit, and ate. I don't really remember how we do this, but I do remember that the DUMMAR boys and my brother were expected to be gentlemen and seat the girls at the table, and their mother and our mother all had to be seated at the table, and the boys would stand respectfully while we were sitting. And then so then in this position, we would recite the DUMMAR Family Council, what they call the DUMMAR Family Council, and each person would take a turn in reciting part of it. The DUMMARs have a motto, code, sign, article, goal, proclamation, and we would each take a turn going around reciting one of those 6 things. So I wanted to share them with you, okay? Picture this, 17 people in this room, like tons of kids. The boys are all standing respectfully. The girls are sitting at the table. And someone would say the motto, we never give up. We win with the Lord. Some next person might say the code, there is beauty all around when there's love at home. The DUMMAR sign, our home where disappointment disappears. The article, we will always tell the truth in all conditions, in all circumstances, and in all statements. The DUMMAR goal, to bring joy to our lives and to the lives with all with whom we associate. The DUMMAR proclamation, we are warriors. We fight for freedom, for righteousness, for equality of all men, for the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. And the cool thing about the DUMMARs today is that all 8 kids are now raising amazing, incredible families of their own with great kids. The DUMMAR, all 8 kids, amongst all of them, they've served missions. They've done so much service in the community. They're Eagle Scouts. They've just done amazing things with their lives. And a handful of the DUMMAR boys have also served in the military, which we're obviously maybe saying we are warriors all the time, help support them in that mission to want to serve their community and serve their country. And I've just learned so much from the example of the DUMMAR family, and I was so excited to share this story with you of that year that we lived with them and the years that we lived next door to them, and this entire lifetime of being friends with this incredible family has certainly blessed my life, and I hope hearing about it has blessed yours and helps you as you establish your home.